These ain't glorified gang prison stories, man. These is lived experiences. Welcome back to the Swang Glow Podcast Show. Do Rock Creep. It's an absolute pleasure to be back here at this roundtable amongst my roundtable family. Salute to all of y'all that's able to make the live while we're live. And most definitely salute to those of y'all that's able to catch it a little bit later. Now look, before I jump into what I'm going to jump into, please allow me this opportunity now to ask, if you haven't already did it, like, comment, share, and subscribe to the Swang Glow Podcast Show. Do Rock Creep, man. Hey, look. It don't cost you nothing to hit that subscription button. I promise you. You feel me? All that does is help us get further into the algorithm. And as we grow further into the algorithm, y'all go on that journey with us. Y'all become official family members by hitting the subscription button. You feel me? Make sure y'all hit that notification button as well. You feel me? So when we go live, we do these lives, or I drop a random video or whatever I present to this roundtable, it will notify you immediately. You'll be right there front and center. You won't miss a beat on anything. I promise you. You feel me? Again, and encourage participation. Jump in the chat, man. To those of y'all that may be new here, welcome. We, approach everybody here, with respect. For the most part, we are all family members here. You know what I'm saying? So we show love to each other, respect to each other. Even if you don't agree with our points of views or a story that we may bring or whatever is presented here at this roundtable, you feel me? You don't have to come as an enemy. You know what I mean? Point blank, period. But I encourage participation. Jump in the chat, get cracking. Salute to all the roundtable family as well. I see y'all in the chat. I'm finna get to y'all in a second. Let me get into what I came to get into real quick, right? Look, this situation took place in New Corcoran, Sat F on the Sea Yard, right? Level 4, 180 maximum security lockdown prison. Right, bam. Now, everything is serious there. Everything is taken extremely serious. Like, you talk about rules and regulations, right? There was many there. So, I mean, like any other level 4 general population mainline yard, right? So, bam, anyway. I remember I was there at that prison on that yard for a number of years, right? So I got to know a lot of people there. You feel me? A lot of Southsiders, a lot of North Daniels, definitely a whole bunch of different keyways from everywhere, as well as down moves, right? So, and Bay Area. So I got a real good feel for the landscape there, right? So anyway, I remember during a time period of like 2013 up. Well, no, I'm going to say 2011. I'm going to say 2011 up, right? 2011 up. I started hustling and grinding, right? I'm like really on the grind and in the pen, grinding, getting my bread however I could, right? Just making little moves happen here and there. So bam, I remember coming across a large lump sum of tobacco, and I'm in there slanging the tobacco, right? I actually, at that time, I had like a lot of tobacco, a lot of weed, like different cushions, right? And what else did I have at that time, man? I think that was like my main focus, my main two focuses, right, at that time. So bam, I remember dealing with like a handful of people, like, if you're in prison and you are doing some of the things that I was doing, the best way for a person that plans on having any type of longevity in the grind field is you try to play as low to the ground as you possibly can. Although you in prison, you in a closed off environment where it's constant surveillance around the clock, if not from the police, of the inmates, right? So there's many different like little moves you have to make, man, in order to stay above the surface, right? So anyway, I dealt with like a handful of people when it came to business. I mean, when it came to business, right? So, bam, I remember dealing with this one little young Southsider, right? He was cool. I ended up meeting him just by chance, right? And I remembered like chopping it up with him a few times, like I did quite often with a number of them, right? And just always hollering at each other every time we seen each other in traffic and shit around the yard, right? So bam, I start dealing with him. He was good business. He was good business, right? And you know, typically in prison, and like I said, on a 180 level 4 general population main line yard, right? There's not supposed to be no business going on between us, especially I'm a black and I'm a Crip, right? He's Hispanic and a Southsider, right? So that's like a major no-go, right? Major no-go. However, it happens, right? If the business is good, if the business is A1, 2 on top of that, like it's going to continue to happen. Y'all going to continue to do business. And if you find somebody that's good business like that, you don't have to really go deal with a whole bunch of people, right? You need like 2 or 3 reliable people that the business is just gonna be A1 with, right? So that's how I tried to keep it. So anyway, this little young Southsider, that's how it was between him and I. So bam, he ended up moving in the cell with the head guy. Okay, now look, not to get into the Southsiders politics and all that, right? But just to give y'all a general description on a little bit of their structure. Um, like on a prison yard, like such as that yard, right? You had 8 buildings. In each one of those buildings, they have an assigned head dude per building. You know what I'm saying? In each building, it's a head dude, and in each one of those buildings, that's their shot caller. And then you got like their, the different ranks. So anyway, I'm not gonna get into all that. However, each building has their own shot caller. So bam, the little young Southsider dude that I was dealing with, he moved in with the head guy in the building, the shot caller for the building. So bam, and this guy was kind of ranked up too. On top of that, outside of his positioning, where he was positioned at on the yard period, right? So bam, he had some power, right? So bam, when the little young dude that I'm dealing with moving a cell with him, that's how me and the head guy ended up becoming cool and social with each other, right? Through the young one that moved in with him. That's how I even became aware of my business, right? Because of the young one. So bam. Now, this OG, right? Like I said, he had a lot of power, bro. To the point of of I remember one day the police calling him out his cell. We all in the day room, right? Bam. They call him out his cell, take him out the pod into the police office, right? For like he go in there for like about 10 minutes. Then he come back out that motherfucker, walk back into the day room. The police come, they let him in, right? They stand there for a minute. He say whatever to his boy them in there, right? And next thing you know, they over there tearing this one essay up, right? They tearing him up over in on the essay side, tearing him up. Police just standing there looking, right? Then turned around and walked off. They stood there and watched him get fucked up real good, right? This is how much power this guy had, right? And I'm pointing him out for a specific reason. So bam, he was doing stuff like that, or anytime anything was going on, this is who they finna call out the cell, and he's finna go talk to you know uh, captains and lieutenants and the police and whoever, right? This is the guy. This is the head guy in our building, right? For the Hispanics. So bam. Now, now you got the goon squad and various different police running into the building. You know what I'm saying? At different times of the day, they crashing spots, right? Right? They crashing spots. They crashing spots left and right, right? And when I mean by crashing spots, remember how I told y'all the one time when me and my bro, shout out to my bro Hog, man, come on the evil side gangsters, right? How one night we in the cell. This like 3 in the morning, right? And they're knocked out, right? Bam. Next thing you know, you just hear all this kicking and screaming on our front door. Get up! Get up! You see these bright lights being pointed in the cell, right? Bright ass lights being pointed in the ceiling. You can see the people, but you can't see them good because them bright lights is flashing in your eyes, in your face. You just coming out of deep ass sleep. And I remember that happening to us, right? And I'm looking from up under my blanket, right? I'm looking like, what the fuck? Right? They kicking and screaming on my door. And all I see is just like a whole bunch of angry, mad white faces, right? But faces red as a motherfucker, and they got crew cuts. You know what I'm saying? And they got black on. They got black, right? So they barking out all these orders and shit. This is 3 in the morning. This is how they was doing us. And when they did us like this time, it was raining. It was raining cats and dogs. It was a storm, right? And at that time, at that prison, it was ridiculous, right? Like when it rained outside, it rained inside, right? That was the worst place I ever been where you finna get rained out inside your cell, right? I'm talking bad, to the point where the water is coming through the walls, through the cracks, and blowing out the power inside your cell. And like, man, I had like this much water inside my TV just from the rain inside, right? So they come hit us during a time like this where it's water this thick on the floor alone, right? So they come hit us during a time like this, march us out. They don't let us put on nothing. We in our boxers and we in our shower shoes, right? This 3 in the morning. This is after somebody PC'd and went and snitched and told, right? Because again, this was a situation that pertains to this elder God that I'm telling y'all about, right? It was a number of situations that was happening like that, where they was crashing different spots, right? And every time something was going on or something was in the air, they would call out this elder guy, the shot caller, Hispanic guy, the shot caller that was for our building, right? So bam. Now, remember, I told you I developed a relationship with this guy through his celly, through the young South Side that ended up moving in the cell with him. So he knew and I started selling him tobacco, right? He loved smoking that tobacco, right? So bam, again, let me point out that, again, they're not supposed to be doing no business with blacks at all. However, if the shot caller is cool with it, You know what I'm saying? As far as him and his celly dealing with us, then you know what I'm saying? That's how I go. But if anybody else get caught dealing with blacks like that, right, it's off with their head. That's just a fact, right? This is cold ass politics in prison, but deeply enforced. I promise you. Do not make light of what I'm telling you right now, right? Deeply enforced. There's supposed to be no business between blacks and Hispanics, especially a Crip and a Southsider. That's out. However, it happens. So, bam. Anyway, I start selling the elder one tobacco, right? And I remember him getting up to like I think it was like 500 $500. He was like coming getting stuff, putting it on tab, right? So I'm like, all right. So I remember he got up to like 500. So I tell him, I'm like, hey, OG, I'm like, hey, you know where you at, right? Oh yeah. I'm finna take care of that right now, and this and that, and blah blah blam, right? Okay. But can I get whoopty wham? So I'm like, damn, this fool is like really trying to run it up, and he's doing it, doing towards like the weekend where he knew that I'm gonna go right back and re up on whatever it was that I got that I was selling to him, right? So bam. So while he's trying to run it up, I remember waiting on that money to come from him, right? But but I remember I went on this visit this one weekend, right? And I remember walking in the visiting room and the police looking at me kind of crazy, right? Now the one police that's sitting right behind where who operates the camera inside the visiting room, the person that's operating the camera that's sitting right there, he was a regular in my building. He worked in my building, right? Everybody, he was one way in our building and was an extreme like RoboCop in the visiting room, right? So bam. I remember when I walked in the visiting room this one particular day, and mind you, this police is also the same one that always called out the elder shot caller, Hispanic guy in our building, right? This was the connection. So bam, I walk in there and I remember this police. He's sitting there. He looked at me crazy, right? He was like, "Hold up, man." He said, "I got to find a table for you." So I'm looking around like it's all kind of tables open and shit, right? So anyway, I'm sitting there just peeping. So I guess um the elder his guy thought that the stuff that I was selling him, that I was getting it through the visiting room, right? So bam, this is what ended up happening. This guy, instead of him paying me the money that he owed me, right, and the same tab that he kept trying to run up, right? Mind you, he was already at like 500 and something, right? He never intended on paying a dime, right? He never intended on paying a dime, right? So bam, during them times where he's getting called out is when he was giving information to this police who worked in our building, and that also that same police that worked in our building worked in the visiting room, right? So bam, this particular day when I go out, it's that police that worked in our building that's working in the visiting room, right? That same police they used to be pulling the elder out his cell at various times throughout the night. We're all in the same pod. Everybody seeing this shit. People is just turning a blind eye to this shit, right? But we used to trip like that's crazy. Like what the fuck? Why they always calling him out of his cell like that, right? So bam. Anyway, I guess he told this dude like the whole plan was I guess to catch me out in the visitor room doing something illegal that I wasn't supposed to be doing, right? But see, what he had fucked up is I moved a certain reason for that reason right there, right? And I was smart enough to understand to never do nothing in the visitor room, right? Especially during those times, especially with that particular police that was working out there who also worked in my building, right? I know what he's about. So I wouldn't even play with the game like that, right? So he didn't know, he thought, he speculated because I was always in the visiting room and I always had stuff. So I guess he called himself trying to put that together with this. You know what I'm saying? So he put them on my scent in the visiting room, right? So bam, I remember I go out this particular day. That police is working out there. He like, I gotta find a table for you. I'm looking around. I'm like, man, this table's open all over the motherfucking place, right? But that didn't do nothing but set off bells in my head anyway. So bam, he sit me at this one particular table, right? And I'm watching him, right? I'm trained to watch everything. Just like how they train to watch us, I'm trained to watch them as well. I know what to look for, right? So bam, as I'm being watched on the cameras, right? Because we had a system set up to where we would know when they had when they had cameras on us and when they didn't, right? So bam. So but just outside of that, me watching this dude the whole time he's on the camera, and you can tell when he moving the camera around, right? And you can tell when he'll put it right back on me, because as soon as he'll do that, he's gonna look right up at me every time, right? You can't help but see the dude had a big ass fat mustache, right? So as soon as that big ass mustache is raised, I'm like, oh, bam, okay, yeah, camera back on me, right? So I'm tripping. I'm like, that's crazy, man. So that happened. That never manifested anything too, by the way, right? But look, then his boys, the closest ones to him, everything that was around him when it came to the South Side Hispanics, right, get knocked down one by one. The police is running up on them, dogs, everything, right? Police from the street and shit. Ah, bullshit you not, right? This is how cold this dude was getting down, right? He was burning up everything around him. I made the mistake of doing business with him because of the little young one that moved in there with him. And once he found out my business, he didn't do nothing but write it down, kept it in his back pocket, and when once I and the cold thing about it, he owed me that $500 for about 4 or 5 months, right? 4 or 5 months. I gave him common courtesies because he was an OG. He knew that I would give him them common courtesies like that because he was an OG. You feel me? So so and at the same time, like really I wasn't tripping because I had, a whole lot of different routes that was all hitting at the same time. Well, yeah, King Grover, 4 to 5 months, bro. I gave him common courtesies. You know what I'm saying? I did. I definitely did, bro. You know what I'm saying? And he knew that I would give him them common courtesies. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to everybody in the chat, man. But get back on this story in a minute, right? Let me address my roundtable because that's not the end of the story. I'm gonna tell y'all why he is the topic of this story. I'm gonna get right back to it in a second. Shout out to my beautiful woman, Miss Golden. I send my love and respect to you, my beautiful woman. Salute, salute, salute to you as always. Guerrilla Warfare, shout out to you, my brethren. Jake Brown, shout out to you, my brethren. King Groover, my brethren. What's up, Grove? Send my love and respect to all of y'all, man. Shada Car, what's up? What's up, Brody? He said, Big Creed, what's up with the round table? Salute. Glad you was able to make it, Brody. Face the music. Salute, salute, salute. Hope they prepared. What up, Brody? Send love and respect to you as well. Artifact Course, what up, Brody? Send my love and respect to you. Pam, what up, sis? Send my love and respect to you as always. You feel me? Hope they prepared, said, free the Brody creep until it's backwards, man, for sure. Salute, salute, man. Let's keep speaking that into existence. You feel me? Nicholas, hey, I would tell you what you can go do, but I'm pretty sure you done already figured it out by now, brethren. You feel me? You might like hearing me say those words, so I'm going to deprive you of that. You feel me? King Grover said LLL shebang. Ooh. Jennifer Haas say, King, I love them. And some kind of coffee that was off the chain. King Grover said, hey, Nikki, get your ass up out of here, clown, with that oh shit. You feel me? Tell him again, King Grover. Jennifer Haas say, how long you gotta be down? Hopefully not too much longer. Tottenham, what up, Brody? Salute, salute. Send my love to you as always, brethren. Jennifer Hodge say, Chi-Town in the house, salute. Shout out to Chi-Town, man. Send all my love and respect to the Chi. You feel me? Pam said, hit that like button, man. Take a seat and listen to content. You feel me? Please hit that subscription button. You feel me? FG, what's that? F Galloway. He said, what prison are you in? Hey, F Galloway. Hey, man, that's a police question, Brody. We don't ask that question here, Brody. Respectfully. Derek Simpson, what it do? Salute, salute, salute. Jay Pay say, are you in jail? Harlem said, cuz I just got fired from Walmart for showing myself, but I couldn't leave the register. Stupid. Oh, man. Motherfuckers is crazy. Burnt out in the chat, bro. King Grover said, yellow bag or black? All right, man, let me get back to this story, though, bro. So, look. So, bam. The OG, he is getting everybody around him knocked down. He's getting everybody ran up on, getting their shit took. Phones is getting took. Dudes getting caught with knives. All that. And it's like they're hitting accurately every time they hit. But every time they hit, they call an OG out of his cell. Every time, faithfully, right? So, bam. I don't know if this was like a setup play, right? To smoke him out. I guess the suspicions just started growing as more people started getting hit back to back, right? So, bam. That I'm talking about, this shit was cold, what he was doing, right? And this is factual shit, right? Bam. So, they had this other little young dude that was getting family visits, right? They set it up to where he went out on his family visit, right? And I don't know if he actually had drugs, or not, but what was put out there is it was only a chosen few people that knew that this was supposed to had happened, or this was supposed to was gonna happen. Only a chosen few knew, and they did it like this for a reason, right? So bam, one of those chosen few people that knew that this was supposed to be a play involved the elder, the OG. Bam. What you know about the youngster go on his family visit. Now you're supposed to be out there for 2 days and 2 nights, right? Off in the little like motel room like area. You know what I'm saying? That's it's on the prison grounds, but it's away from the prison. You know what I'm saying? Where just you and your loved one is just y'all out there. You know what I'm saying? So anyway, what you know about on that dude's second day out there, bam, the Goon Squad run out there, dogs and all that shit. Snatch him up, snatch his girl up, his wife. You feel me? I guess they found some drug out there or something, right? So bam, they arrest the young dude's wife, throw her in jail, fresh off the family visit. The youngster, I believe, went to the hole. Damn. Mind you, only a chosen few knew that this was supposed to have happened, and it included the OG on purpose. Bam. That's how they found out that he was the one that was doing all. That's what they used to lock in. That he was doing all the telling around there, including the shit on me, right? Over that $500 and some dollars that he owed me, right? This is facts. So bam. I remember I'm like, damn, that's some cold shit, man, right? Like how all this shit was just happening back to back, right? Just back to back, just one after another. Police hitting accurate as fuck, right? The whole time is the OG, right? So bam. I remember one day, man, you know, being I worked inside the building. So I remember being out in the building at work, and I just remember like walking around inside the day room, right? And I hear the police start screaming, "Get down!" Then the alarm go off, right? So bam. So I'm like, damn. So now I'm trying to see what's going on the yard, right? I'm looking through the door, through the windows, right? And like after the police run out and shit, you know what I'm saying? I'm standing up, I'm looking through the window, and I see two dudes, right? Two dudes, man, tearing this one dude in the middle of the yard on the field, right? Tearing this one dude up, right? The one dude, he's on his back. Yeah, he's on his back, right? And he got one dude sitting on his stomach, and the other dude is laid on top of him. You feel me? So he can't move, he can't do nothing, right? And they stabbing him up. The dude that's sitting on top of him, listen, man. This dude was was um for lack of a better term, and no disrespect to him or in no way, shape, form, or fashion, right? But this dude was a psychopath. And he was in my building, and I used to see him all the time. He was like very antisocial. You feel me? He only spoke to me when he needed to. Outside of that, you know what I'm saying? And he was real short, real short. You know what I'm saying? He had to be about a good 5'2", maybe 5'3" at the most. Real short with a bald head, and always, you know what I'm saying? Like face and shit all balled up. He got tattoos everywhere and shit. He looked white, right? But he a Southsider, right? Hey, hey. Every time I seen, that's how he always was, right? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like he was always on the verge of going on one. This is how this dude looked, real short, mad, Little short motherfucker, right? But very, very extremely dangerous. If you would have seen this this situation go down on the yard, right? When I tell you that this little dude, right? I'm not gonna say his name, right? But he was a Southsider, right? He's sitting on this dude's stomach, right? Sitting on his stomach, and he got this big ass knife. This big ass knife. You know what I'm saying? And he's sitting on top of the dude and he just stabbing him over and over again, right? I'm talking about like each stab wound that he was putting in that man's chest and in his neck and in his face and all that shit, right? Right. And the other one is stabbing him up too as well. He just laid on top of, he was a big fat one. The other dude was a big old fat dude, right? But these dudes was trained, and if you seen that display put down right by these Southsiders, you like, God damn, these dudes was trained to do exactly that, how it was done, right? And the cold thing about it, I swear to God, he did not pass away from that. You would have thought. I thought he did, because as that was happening, I didn't see him moving. And typically, when somebody is getting done like that, from all experience that I've seen, when they getting done like that and they're not moving at all, finito, right? But he didn't pass away. I don't know how not. Because like I told you, the little short dude was sitting on his stomach, and it was like he was getting pleasure out of each stab. He had to have stabbed that man probably a good, him alone, probably a good almost 30 times. Almost 30, almost. As well, and don't forget, the other fat dude that was with him stabbed him, he's stabbing him, just laid on top of him, just stabbed. I'm like, God damn. This was the shot caller, the elder guy that was telling on everybody that they was doing like that. You feel me? And the cold thing about this guy is, I remember a situation had occurred. I told the story about I ain't gonna say bro name again, but one of the homies from Father's Broadway that was there, that was kind of crazy, and a situation occurred where he was just tripping, and he came out of his cell. I'm standing there talking to a Southsider, right, Hispanic. I'm standing there talking to, like I said, I was cool with a lot of them, so I'm standing there talking to this one, and the homie from Broadway come out of his cell in a rush and just bow, bump right into the Southsider and kept going. Bro, what the fuck? Right? So we both stopped talking in mid sentence, and both of our gaze and focus is on this dude because of what he just did. I'm looking for a whole completely different reason, and bro is looking in shock, with disbelief, bewilderment, and contemplating on reacting the way that he really had the right to react. But then he caught himself, and he was like, as we both was looking at this person, everybody seen this shit, even the police. You feel me? And that it could have went up behind that. You feel me? Anyway, the elder got word that happened, and I remember him coming to me like, "Hey man, like, you know, this is the same guy that was getting butchered on the yard that I was just telling you about, right? Getting butchered. I don't know how he didn't pass away. You feel me? But butchered. Bam. So he come to me in this situation. This is before he got butchered, right? And was basically telling me like, hey man, everything is good between, you know, the blacks and the Hispanics. You know what I'm saying? We're not trying to, have no situations, take place, man, that can, cause any tension between us when we've been so cool, but, you know, they was getting a number of complaints about the homie, man, because like I said, you had that situation and another situation that was taking place with another Southsider involved in this same homie, right? So, when he came to me, he came to from a place of humbleness. You know what I'm saying? However, you know, um, just let me know, like we no matter how cool everybody is, you know what I'm saying? We still in prison. You know what I'm saying? And he was basically telling me he's thankful that his younger homie had a cooler head. You know what I'm saying? Because that situation was uncalled for, in which it was. You know, I was just as stunned as the next person. However, if it would have went down, I would have had to take the stand and position of being a Crip and a black man. You know what I'm saying? Although this person was wrong, I still got to take that stance and I got to do what I got to do, just like they got to do what they got to do. Thankfully, it didn't go there behind this situation, though. You feel me? Face the music. What's up, Brody? Salute, man. I send my love and respect to you, man. Glad you was able to make the live. You feel me? Artifact said, I think so, too. There's just a temporary disconnect. Artifact said he's listening. He's, wait a minute. I don't even know where he is. Maurice Lamar, go sit down somewhere, man, and shut up. King Grover said, yeah, them little short motherfuckers be some violent cats. A lot of times. LOL, LOL. Hey, bro, he was hey, the look and all. He was an extremely violent dude, bro. He got deep pleasure out of you know putting that work in, and they went and did their shoe and came back. You know what I'm saying? They went and did their shoe and came right back and shit. Yep, that's the Cash App. Paul X, salute. Sam Q, West LA. What up, Brody? Salute. Glad you was able to make the live, man. I send all my love and respect to you as always. Hope they prepare. Say y'all know how we coming in the yay. America, American Panther, American 182865 Webster's Dictionary. Sam Q, what's cracking? Wizard, what's cracking, my brethren? Hey, man, but yeah, the OG, they tore him up. I ain't even lie, right? They tore him up out there, right? They put him on that ghetto flight and got him up out of there, you know what I'm saying? Just in time and saved his life. Dude was he was from 38th Street, I believe. Again, I'm not gonna say his name, but man, nasty work. Nasty work. And I ain't gonna even lie, right? When I seen that happen to him, I was happy that it happened to him. Because like I said, he didn't just do what he did to me, trying to get up out of paying that money to me, right? But he was doing that to all his homeboys that was around him, the dudes that you seen him with every day. some of his top guys that was sitting right up under him. You know what I'm saying? Like he was doing the most, and it was like it became so obvious. It's like, God damn, man, every time they call this dude out, somebody is getting hit, somebody getting smashed every time. It never fails. You feel me? And and sure enough, you know what I'm saying? They set his ass up and lit him up after that. You feel me? He lucky, man. He made it out. He made it through that, because that was a very, very extremely vicious attack that man went through. I ain't gonna even lie. That was a cold one, and he had mad men on him, especially the little dude. That's a fact. You feel me? Dude didn't. He got pleasure out of each stab wound that he did. You feel me? Straight up. You got him like that though. I told you how the other dude, when he was unaliving the one guy, how when he doing it, he looked up at us and just started laughing, like, well, not laughing, but had this like grin on his face. I seen him in the hole after that, right? He was my next door neighbor in the hole. He had gave me a gang of football shit. You know what I'm saying? But he was telling me, he was like, yeah, man. He said, I seen you and your Sally Taco standing there. He said, that's why I looked up at y'all. That's why I kept looking up at y'all. And he did. I swear to God. Right? As he was unaliving the dude. You got him like that. You got dudes that don't have a problem with it. That butchering you like an animal. Seeing it happen. You feel me? Black Six Ears said, oh, he talking artifacts. He said, keep putting in the work. Sometimes, heck, almost always, your prayers are answered. Yep. Just not how you envisioned them. Keep the faith. Facts. True facts. I to all said, why you got a T-Rex stain on the ceiling? You talking about that? That look like a T-Rex to you? This is prison. This is a prison cell. You feel me? That's not a ceiling. This is a bunk. This is a metal top bunk, Brody. You feel me? Welcome to the round table. Salute. I'm glad you was able to make the live though. Marty Janity says, salute, this is Ernst Strapalong. Oh, I finally updated the name. Oh, okay, man. I got to keep that in mind. Salute, though. Glad you was able to make the live, Brody. You know we send our love and respect to you as always. NorCal says, shout out from a northerner. Hey, shout out to all the northerners, all the real ones. Salute to all of y'all, Brody. Jose Perez said, shout out from Duarte, man. Shout out from Duarte, home of the rock. Salute, man. Dominic Mayweather said, Do-Ra Crate. What's up, Brody? Salute. Glad you was able to make the live. I send my love and respect to you, Brody. You feel me? As well as the round table. Black Six Ears say don't know how he thought he would escape them consequences. And I don't know, especially doing it to the people that was right there right there with you, one after the other, and they calling you out boldly in front of everybody like this shit was normal. You feel me? But he had it to where, you know, like I told y'all, that one incident that happened in the day room where They called him out. He went out there, talked to him, came back in, said what he said to his boy and them, and they start fucking this one dude up in the corner. And the police was standing there just watching for a minute. You know what I'm saying? They stood there, they was watching shit, and they turned around and walked off. So he was able to get things like that done, but King Grover said, he said, I seen you and Taco standing at the cell. Cause I'm laughing like a motherfucker. LOL. Hey, I swear to God, he said that. Hey, King Grover. Hey, the shit is funny, bro. I swear to God, bro. Like, but now it is. Now it is, right? Thinking back on it, because again, this is somebody that we fuck with. This little northerner dude, we fuck with him. I told you, we play basketball with him and all that shit all the time, right? And outside that, like in the day room and shit, like we fuck with him, right? So when this happened, you know what I'm saying? We like, damn, this little nigga is raw, right? We didn't know he was that raw. I'm talking about raw, right? To where he's doing what he's doing, and then he look up at us while he doing it, and start like with a smile on his face, bro. I swear to God, he did that, right? And when I seen him in the hole and shit, we talking about it. Well, we wasn't talking about it over the tier. He was right. We was writing each other kites back and forth. Cause like I said, he was next door, so we just had a line connected to each other. So when he had a message for me, he'll put it on the line. I'll pull it over, or if I had a message for him, he'll put it on the line and send it over. You feel me? That's how I got all my football stuff that I put all over my walls and shit. You know what I'm saying? From him. But yeah, man. He was like, yeah, man, I seen you and Taco standing there, fool. That's why I kept looking up like that. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, you a cold motherfucker, bro. You a cold. He was like, that shit was crazy, huh? I said, crazy ain't the word. Crazy ain't the word to see somebody get. It's like watching one of them videos where the dudes cutting the people head off and shit, right? It's like watching one of them, just you right there. Only they didn't cut the man head off. They just butchered him to death. You know what I'm saying? Shit was crazy, bro. Crazy. Face the Music said, how many suicide attempts have you been around since you've been down? Suicide attempts? Oh man, hey, I talked about that before too, right? When I was in New Folsom State Prison, Whole, people was taking their life all the time in there, right? Now, New Folsom's a big prison. So when they taking you to the hole, you got to get to the hole on a golf cart. They put you on a golf cart and you drive it through this big ass structure. You feel me? That look like a fucking big ass like underground parking stall, right? But anyway, they driving you through. You know what I'm saying? And then you get to the whole other side of the prison where the hole is at. Bam. And it's a building that's offset. You know, it's on the prison grounds, but it's just offset over by itself. So bam. You walk in there, right? As soon as you walk in there, you feel the eeriness. I've been in a whole bunch of holes. I've been in every prison I've been in, I've been to the hole. You feel me? And that's been a lot of prisons, right? Not to brag. That's nothing to brag about. That's just the reality of my existence, you know, over the years since being in prison. You know what I'm saying? Coming to prison young and angry and mad at the world and shit. and trying to figure out like life. You know what I'm saying? What's gonna happen? What's to come next? You know how I'm gonna overcome this. Like you be dealing with all this shit. So with that comes a lot of anger. So anyway, I've been to a lot of holes, but New Folsom State Prison was eerie. As soon as you walk in there, it's just eerie, right? Of course, you're hearing about all the suicides, you know, and the attempts. Dudes was doing it left and right in there for some reason. I don't know why they was waiting to get back there to do it, but a lot of dudes was going to that hole offing themselves. I mean, to the point where they had to check on you every 15 minutes around the clock, day and night, on time, every 15. When I say every 15 minutes around the clock, 24/7, day and night, they do that every 15 minutes. And they got this little machine thing where when they come by your cell, they tap on your, it's a little thing on your door. They tap that machine on there and it'll make a beeping noise. Beep, beep. You hear this shit all day, every 15 minutes. Beep, beep. Right? And that's documenting that you're still alive. They see you still alive in the cell. Then they're documenting down what you're in the cell doing. Oh, he's in there watching TV. Oh, he's up writing a letter. Oh, he's laying down reading a book or whatever they see you in there doing, right? Every 15 minutes around the clock, 24/7, the whole time you in there. You feel me? And then they got the psychiatrist coming down the tier, checking on you like every 30 minutes, coming with puzzles and little shit to try to, stimulate your mind and not let, because when you get in there, it's nothing. It's nothing. I've described to y'all how the holes are now, right? It's a window in there, right? But it's one window, a slit, right? And it's in the ceiling. That one little slit is up in the ceiling. And all you can see is the sky through that little slit. Outside of that, you looking around at nothing but metal and concrete, right? Bam. Then when you go try to look out the door, you can't look this way or that way. All you can see is straight, and it ain't nothing but a wall right there. You can't see nothing. Then you got people in there screaming, and the PCs, and they're talking shit and going crazy like day and night, beating on shit. You feel me? So, yeah, you have to be of a strong mind and spirit. You feel me? To be, put in there and be subject to that. And then don't let you go in there and have to have a cellie on top of that. Now you got to deal with all this and a whole different attitude, a whole different, human being. And be able to expect it to coexist with that human being. There's a lot that come with that shit. 60 Deuce said, how long's your stretch, Big G? Well, 60 Deuce, I've been down going on 32 years now, bro. You feel me? But hopefully that's coming to an end. You feel me? We're gonna keep speaking it into existence until it do. And when that time come, it will be brought here on this platform with my roundtable family, man. And we're gonna celebrate it how we celebrate it when that time come, I promise you. But welcome to the roundtable, 60 Deuce. Salute, Brody. Glad you was able to make the live. Austin, what's up, Brody? He said, salute. I have been tied up, trapped for some days. Lady had me all to herself for quite a while. We had a good time. That's great to hear, Austin, man. Salute to you, man. Glad you took the time off to handle that. Hey, the days when I take off from the round table, right? Miss Golden is putting me in the head like nah, you all mine tonight. You feel me? Like, no. I'm not sharing you tonight, man. You feel me? They get a large percentage of you, but I get everything else. So, nah, we shut down for today. So I get it, Austin. Salute to that, Brody. Keep them happy. King Grover said, "What's happening, Austin? Salute, artifacts. Good time, Austin." Austin said he had a good time, man. Austin said nothing much at King. Just been chilling with the lady. She couldn't keep herself off me. That's what I'm talking about. Hey, salute to that, Austin. Salute to that, man. Salute to handling that. Ryan Anthony said 1-1. Hey, salute, Brody. Glad you was able to make the live, Brody. You feel me? Sixty Deuce said warehouse Lord. Artifacts. Austin said artifacts. Yeah, she even wanted to make love. I had said no, not the right moment. We will have the right time for that. And all she could do was hold me and kiss. Oh, they going up. They going up in the chat, man. About Roundtable family, man. Mr. Antisocial Mal, salute, man. Glad you was able to make the live, Brody. Welcome to the round table. He said, how much time you got? Hopefully not too much longer, man. You feel me? Hopefully not too much longer. So let's just keep in, free, do rock creep, Let's keep speaking that into existence because I feel like it's going to happen soon. You feel me? They going up in the chat, man. Artifact said that's what they got Andrew Tate on. 60 do say my shit was completely dark, no windows. Oh, you didn't have no windows in your cell? In the hole? Be like that in some spots, bro. $60 do say, dog, I'm 37. 32, goddamn. Yeah, bro, almost 30 years. 60 do say, you a good man, homie. Thank you. Salute to you, 60 Deuce. Mike Jones say, I'm 40. That's crazy. Austin say, yes, I feel that she felt more better to be around me. Black 6 ears say, gotta have that balance. Most definitely gotta have that balance. Pam say, it's a age war going on. Back on mute. Where are you currently locked up? You want to know where I'm currently locked up, bro? Huh? You want to know where I'm currently locked up? Come on, man. Don't do that, bro. Don't do that to yourself, bro. Austin said, creep, I think she wants me to be with her in the church. Oh, yeah? In the church? Hey, man, go where your heart leads you to. Even if that's to the church house. If that's to the church house, go full-fledged with it. If that's where your heart is at. If that's what you feel. You feel me? And you feel like that's the right thing. Can't nobody tell nobody what's right for them. You know what I'm saying? Whether we in agreement with it or not. Especially when it comes to something like that. That's a personal choice. Ricochet Visual said Fed pen or state pen? State pen, Brody. 60 do say, bro, you have good energy. Move to Seattle when you get out. Seattle is popping in Seattle. 60 Deuce said there's lots of opportunity out here, G. Seattle, yeah, man. Seattle. I remember you know, I was looking at Seattle once upon a time. I remember. I do remember looking at Seattle once upon a time, man. I'm gonna have to go back and look over at Seattle some more, bro. I'm glad you suggested that 60 dude. Salute to you, Brody. For real, for real. King Groover say, "Oh, I didn't see those other comments. Oh, they getting cracking in the chat." King Groover. Pam said, "Just for creep, free creep until it's back with salute, 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 sis." Damu Robbins, what's up, my bro? I send my love and respect to you and the family as always, Brody. Glad you was able to make the live, man. Salute to you, salute. "60 Deuce said in the biblical sense, dog. LOL. For sure, for sure." Oh, shit. King Grover say all you need to is it's level 4 mainline, not a PC. That's it. That's all. That's all you need to know. Where I'm at, like, come on, that's a intimate question, my nigga. We don't ask that. You feel me? We don't ask that. Just know, like my bro said, I'm on a level 4 general population mainline yard. Believe that. Not no PC, Brody. Al 6859, salute. Glad you was able to make the live, Brody. Welcome to the Roundtable family. He said, "I listened to your stories at the gym, etc. from Stockton, California." Shout out to Stockton, man. Salute to all the bros out there in Stockton, man. Al 6859, salute to you. I appreciate that, Brody. That's love right there. For real, for real. That's dedication. You feel me? So you know that we've been consistent with our push, man, and I'm thankful that I have people like yourself that you know has taken the time to go check out a lot of that. It's in my humble opinion some great content here, you know. Ricochet Visual says, "Salute to you, bro. I hope this stuff all passes sooner than later for you." Thank you, Ricochet Visuals, man. I appreciate it, Brody. Hopefully, hey, it's a wait process. Anything great is gonna definitely take time to get to. You know what I'm saying? So I know that the greatness is there and it's waiting. You know what I mean? Just taking this time for us to get to it. You know, but I feel like it's coming soon. And again, when it come, I'm bringing it right here, bro, and we're gonna celebrate together. I promise you. Promise you. That's gonna be classic golden moments. You feel me? J-Dub, salute my brethren. I send my love to you as always, Brody. Glad you made the live, man. Salute, salute, salute to my Brody J-Dub, man. Damu Robin said, "Creek, did you ever run into the homie Capone from West Covina neighborhood?" Are you talking about Jay Capone? If you talking about Jay Capone, the tall, light-skinned one, yeah. Hold on, y'all. Yeah, if you're talking about the tall, light-skinned one, yeah, I ran into Capone quite a few times, man. Me and him was in Los Angeles County Jail together, uh, as well as prison. Ricochet Visual said, Detroit checking in. By the way, much love and mad respect. Just stay positive as you can. Chin high. Don't let the downers bring you with them. Hey man, I appreciate that. Ricochet Visuals, for real, Brody. Salute to you. Salute to Detroit as well, Brody. For real, for real. I'm glad you made the live. I'm glad you tapped in. You participated, and you put these great positive messages in the chat, bro. They go straight to the heart. You feel me? And that's a true testament to who you are as a man as well as Detroit, what y'all breeding out there. Thank you for that. I'm definitely gonna keep the head up. Y'all helping me do that. Every time I come to this round table and I'm able to engage with my round table family, y'all help me do that. It's a blessing. It really is. You feel me? So salute to you, Brody. And again, thank you. 60 Deuce say, I'm going to be praying for a speedy release. A 60 Deuce, I appreciate that, Brody. You feel me? And let's just keep speaking it into existence. It's definitely going to happen. You feel me? I feel that in my heart of hearts. I feel like it's going to happen sooner rather than later. You feel me? It's just this little waiting process. Dalmu Robbins said he was tall and light-skinned. We was in Salinas Valley on D Yard. Cuz passed away on the yard the other day. Heart attack. Yeah, that's the same one. I heard about that. That was extremely shocking to hear. That's the same homie. Right? I was shocked to hear about that, man. You feel me? Me and him go back to when I first came to prison, 1992. You feel me? Well, this is when I first ran into him, 1992, right? And we, of course, dealt with each other all the time because we was part of the same structure, right? So then he ended up getting out. I ended up getting out. We both ended up coming back, right? And we ran into each other again in the LA County Jail in the state module, right, in 1995. So me, Jay Capone, his other homeboy, Tony Loco T, and one of my homeboys, X, from my hood, right? Bam. We all in the cell together, thugging. You know what I'm saying? And then after that, shit, I got my time, he got his time, he went on to where he went to, and then I went to where I went to, and I haven't really been in contact with bro like that since. You feel me? But I did just hear that he passed away the other day. I did hear that. You feel me? Miller 4057, man, what's up, my brethren? Salute. Glad you was able to make the live, man. I got something special for you too, Miller. Miller 4057, you are now a round table family member. Salute. You feel me? I love how you presented yourself. You know what I'm saying? Although, you wasn't really informed on where we stood at as far as the whole 50-50 PC thing go, you know what I'm saying? But like you said, you know what I'm saying? Shit, you still learning. We all are still learning. Can't be crucified. See, and that's another thing, man. We got to stop doing, right? And I'm not just talking about here at the round table. I'm talking about in society, period. It's hard to encourage people to educate themselves better, right? When you have people taking the opportunities to put somebody down for not knowing something. That happens in the streets all the time in everybody's communities, and we got to stop doing that shit. I remember being a kid, right, and sitting in class, and I remember the teacher making everybody read in class, right, and it was this one dude, right, I ain't gonna say his name, right, but he wasn't the best reader, right? And we knew this. So every time they would call upon him to read, people start laughing before he even start. That was fucked up, even include me. I would laugh too. That's how cruel and shit we was as kids, right? And still can be as adults. And we got to start checking that type of shit because it makes it harder for people to reach out and be like, hey, man, I don't know this and I want to know it. I don't want to feel bad for coming to you, asking you to assist me in getting to know about something that I don't know about. I don't want to feel bad for coming to you. I don't want to feel like people looking at me as because I'm stupid because I don't know about this. You got to stop that shit. Because you're not going to always know everything. I know I didn't know a whole bunch of shit. It took years, upon years for things to start registering to me. And I'm still learning to this day, even at this age that I'm at. And I'm proud to say that, hey, you know what? I love to learn now. I love to learn. I love to be able to share the things that I learn. You feel me? But I love to be around great-minded people. You feel me? Oz the Frog say, where you at? Oz the Frog, hey man. Police question, bro. Welcome to the round table, though. Miller 4057 said, man, salute, Brody. Duotrons. What up, Brody? Salute. Glad you was able to make the live. Miller 4057 say, I learned today 100 is a PC. Hey, if it walk like a duck and quack like a duck, Miller 4057, it's a duck, brother. That's all I'm going to say. That's all I'm going to say, man. Ms. Golden said, shaking my head. Austin said, the only way to put things in check should be the ones who went through the experience so they could put others in check. Yeah, I mean, you would think that the people that has the knowledge and experience, right, would have some type of influence up on, the people to the point of like, damn, inspiring them to think outside the box. Because a lot of people cannot think, bro, and that's just a fact. That's a hardcore fact. People do not know how to think in critical situations and times. They don't. Panic set in when certain things is going on with a lot of people. A lot of people don't know how to think on their feet. You feel me? And that's during the times where it count the most. You got to be able to do that. If not, you in the way. You feel me? Jackson Darrell say, what's good, Do-Rock Creep? Hey, shout out to you, Jackson Darrell. Glad you was able to make the live, Brody. Salute. Miss Golden said, treat others how you want to be treated. Absolutely, man. I suggest that. Because if you treating people shitty, right? Best believe it's gonna come back on you. And it's gonna come back on you triple fold. It's gonna feel like your whole world is falling down on you. That's karma. That's just karma just sitting down on your shoulders, letting you know you had this coming in the ultimate way. And this is the way that I'm giving it to you. I'm going to make it rain and storm all over your head. You feel me? Broken Bobby said, finally caught a live. I send mine. Salute to you, Broken Bobby, man. I'm glad you was able to catch the live as well, Brody. You feel me? Welcome to the Round Table family. But look, man, that story that I was telling y'all about the OG, right? The OG Hispanic Southsider that was telling on everybody. They ended up tearing him up. Now, let me say this. I definitely have to put this disclaimer out there, right? In no way, shape, form, or fashion, me telling that story is a disrespect to them or their organization, right? However, this is a true story, right? It's not a lie. It's nothing that's made up. You feel me? And uh, 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 you know, it definitely don't make them look bad at all. Like I described the guys that did what they did. Hey, you got to be trained to be able to put it down like that. And definitely, these guys was definitely like trained in expertise, marksmanship when it came to, the knife play, point blank period. Made everyone count. And it gets like that in prison. It gets like that with these different groups, man. You feel me? So that's giving all props to the Southsiders. Never no disrespect at all. You feel me? They took care of business. They took the trash out like they were supposed to. You feel me? Dude was doing a lot. You know what I mean? And shit, it wasn't just me that he told on that. Well, really, he attempted to tell on me, and there was nothing for him to tell because what he led the police to, that ain't even how I was operating. You know what I'm saying? Like I was a step ahead of him. I had everybody. I had everybody suspect. I didn't trust nothing. You feel me? If I seen, look, man, I'm the type of person I peep the whole landscape, everything that's going on with everybody. I'm peeping. I'm watching everything. Right? I want to know who is who. I want to know who I can stay away from. Who I will never have to deal with. That shit is so easy and it's so wonderful to be able to have an eye to know he's no good. He's shady. Definitely gotta watch him. Yeah, he's definitely a police. Straight rat. Oh, he's next on the chopping block. I'm telling you, I call it like that all the time. My bro them around me will tell you all the time. You feel me? Every time something go down, me and my bro hog, we'll holler. He'll be like, man, damn, you said it was gonna happen just like how I did, and it did. That shit is crazy every time. Because I'm paying attention to everything. You got to know the playing field. You got to know who is who. My same approach to YouTube. You feel me? I don't come to chase shit. But however, I do want to understand the playing field. You feel me? So yeah, I'm not one of those YouTubers that's gonna say, "Oh, I don't be on there like that. I don't be watching YouTube." I do. I do. You got to know the playing field, bro. If you gonna be in the shit, you got to know it. You feel me? And you got to know, just know who you dealing with and who to stay the fuck away from. You feel me? I come in peace as well. That's another thing that makes it a whole lot easier for somebody like me to dodge a lot of bullshit because I don't go looking for beefs. You know, I don't try to entertain the beefs. However, the PCs for whatever reason, like they bold, they gang banging, right? And I'm the person that they want to gang bang on now. So every blue moon, I might entertain one of them. You feel me? See, they take the opportunity and chances during my lives. Cause see, I love loading pre recorded videos. Ain't nothing wrong with it. Shit. You feel me? I also like going live because nothing is scripted. You get to really see the man for who he is. Nothing is practiced, nothing is scripted, nothing is fake. Everything that we come and present to this round table as original as can be. You feel me? Hey, I feel like we got to put the work in. We can't cut no corners. We got to put the work in order to really be great, legitimately. We legitimately have to be great with originality. Originality being bringing the truth, standing on it. If they crucify you for it, fuck it. Continue to stand up and stand on what you stand on. Not just the PCs that is taking their shots, but some active gang members also feel a certain way about a nigga like me that's on a level 4 general population prison yard, saying that it's not cool for niggas to go 50-50. You think people like hearing me say that? Because I'm debunking what a lot of these so-called active gang members is telling their young homies to do. I'm debunking that. And a whole bunch of them that's doing it. Look, you know what's funny is, I bet you won't find nobody that's on no level 4 yard, on no level 4 prison yard. I bet you won't find nobody. I don't care if they black, white, Hispanic, other. I bet you won't find nobody on no level 4 general population prison yard, or anybody that's been on a level 4 general population prison yard, right, in recent years, that's going to advise they homeboys to go to a 50-50 yard. Y'all find anybody that's on a level 4 general population yard that's telling these young dudes to go to a 50-50 PC yard? Hey, let me know. I don't know none. I don't know none. Salute that, man. Salute, man. Appreciate you, man. Blessings, 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 Brody. Bag this. What's up, Brody? Salute, salute. Glad you was able to make the live as well. Hey, man, that's real. I'm telling you now. I am a very, very big target. Because I am, for one, I still have my attachments to the gang culture. Right? I still have my attachments to that. I'm still in prison on a level 4 general population mainline yard. Living by all the rules, regulations, and guidelines of that, right? Ain't never broke no rules. Ain't never broke no rules. All right, Miss Golden. But I ain't never broke no rules, right? On a level 4 general population mainline yard. And I'm telling people, hey, the 50-50 yards is all bad. The 50-50 yards is all bad. The 50-50 yards are not a good place to go to if you call yourself an active gang member. There's no way in hell I should see you on any gang vlog doing all these gang signs, dissing other people's hoods, dissing the deceased, right? There's no way I should see you in none of these gang vlogs doing all these gang signs and all that dissing and all that shit and doing all that bunk shit, right? And then do some dumb shit and go to prison and go SNY. Go 50-50. There's absolutely no way. No way possible. How can I advise somebody that I see in gang vlogs that's doing all this and dissing other people's hoods and shit and dead homies and shit, right? How can I advise anybody that's an active gang member like that? You know what I'm saying? To go 50-50. No, you're active. You're doing all this shit On the streets, you're active. No, no. You go where you're supposed to go to as an active gang member. To that mainline, level 4, general population yard. Stop playing with the game. That's what they mad about. I'm not here to sugarcoat anything. I'm definitely not here to to be compromised. And what I mean by compromised is negotiating anything. Man, I'm in prison. Everything that I bring to this round table, I stand on wholeheartedly. As I stand on the same rules, regulations, and guidelines in prison on a level 4 general population mainline yard. You feel me? Straight up. King John, he said, check in to the round table salute, brother, and the chat salute. Hey, salute to you, King John. I send my love and respect to you as always, my Oak Park brethren, man. Shout out to Sack. Glad you was able to make the live, Brody. Hey, man, listen. It's a dude, right? I ain't gonna even say the dude name because he most definitely want me to, right? But it's a guy, little buddy in the back, right? We're gonna speak about him very briefly, right? Little buddy in the back said that he want to start talking about prison stuff, but the prison stuff that he gonna talk about is gonna make the blacks look bad because he's gonna expose our dirty politics, right? And again, what we have to question is this to anybody that's doing that, right? And it's always a PC. This guy, little buddy in the back, definitely a PC dropout, right? How do you know what blacks do when you ain't never lived as a black man? You ain't never lived in the black gang culture. You know what I mean? On the streets or in any jailhouse. So how do you know what black politics are? How could you ever make the blacks look bad? And he also followed that up by saying, you know, he all his fan base are Hispanics. They don't mess with black people. Right? This is what this guy said. Now, I guess he feel bold enough to be able to jump out there and say stuff like that, right? Because of course he's behind the camera. He's way out in Mexico, right? In a little sweaty ass musty room with his loud ass wife right there while he's trying to film his crappy ass videos, right? The loud wife right there just irritating the hell out of him. You know what I'm saying? While he's sitting there trying to talk shit about black people, right? It's always these dropouts and these PCs that do this type of shit. They gonna diss your hood, they gonna diss your dead homies, right? They gonna try to diss your whole race, all this shit. Like when you go to the hole and you back there in the hole, you hear all this shit from them. And what we do, we don't acknowledge them, talk to them, none of that shit. We just let them scream their little horde out, all that bullshit that they be back there talking. And that's what these dudes are doing on the internet right now. You feel me? Whether it's Zesty Blood and them over there, right? And Zesty Blood, all I know is this. Zesty Blood is a certified cop, right? I have some stuff on Zesty Blood where it's to the point where I'm just ready to just put it out there, right? But Zesty Blood is fully interrogating one of his young homies, and I'm glad that the young man wasn't dumb enough to talk to this guy about anything that Zesty Blood was trying to get him to talk about. He was trying to get him to incriminate himself, right, on a couple of unalivings, right? He's actually video recording this conversation between him and this little young Dalmu guy who's not aware that Zesty Blood is recording him. So during Zesty Blood's strong questioning, right, of trying to get down to the truth about these unalivings, the youngin is smart and savvy enough to like, I don't know nothing about what you talking about. They trying to say I did what? Oh no, I don't know nothing about that. I don't know. And he just, oh yeah, they saying you did this and you did this one and you did that, but I know you didn't do it. You know, I know this and that, but this what they trying to put, and he's trying to get this dude to tell on himself. Right? So, hey, I had that footage, Zesty Blood. So, I'm going to tell you like this, brody. Sit back, relax. You feel me? Grow back comfy with, what was that transgender name again? Laquanda. And again, let me make this clear to YouTube. In no way, shape, form, or fashion is this a form of bullying, harassing, or targeting. Nobody for their sexuality or choice and preference in anything that they choose to do in life, right? We actually encourage people to live in their truth. And this is nothing more but us encouraging Zesty Blood them to live in their truth because we know what they are. They love man meat. That's a fact, right? And on top of that, they are being the best version of themselves by trying to do actual police work. Right now, again, Zesty Blood, relax, chill, because I do have that video. Right, and I'm aching. I've been aching since I got it to release it, but I'm gonna wait. I'm gonna wait. And as to little buddy in the back, getting back to you, right, way out there in Mexico. Right, saying all that racist stuff and, you know, trying to send your people over here with all the racist BS and shit, right? Hey, Brody, look, listen. It ain't my fault she keep fucking your videos up. It ain't my fault she's pressing you to be more of a man because you looking like a straight coward to your own wife. You feel me? I don't know nobody that would want to hear all that cackling. Just that's how his wife be in his videos, I swear to God, just out of nowhere. I'm getting sent this video clip and then I'm like, man, fuck, by the time I go to his live, she'd be just finished. I'm like, oh my God, I got to cut it off until she finished. This is his wife. This is his wife. This is little buddy in the back that's deported way out to Mexico, his wife. She pressuring this fool to keep making videos and saying all this racist shit. She's pressuring him. I bullshit you not. Every time she get the every time, right, he gonna make some racist shit. Every time, I swear to God. And me, I'm saying, hey, hey, little buddy in the back, try better, man. You don't have to come across as being a racist, as somebody that is you know your motivation is definitely from hatred, right? However, you can always be a better version of yourself. Although you are a dropout, a PC, you can still be a better version of yourself, little buddy in the back. If you keep her out the goddamn room when you doing your lives, so she won't in there with all that goddamn cackling and shit, messing your lives up, and then next thing you know, you trying to target me. Oh yeah, that black guy, this and that, and blah blah blah, right? You won't have to do all that. Lock her ass out the room when you doing them bullshit, crappy ass lives, sitting there drinking. This dude, I swear to God, man, he tried to be like the other podcasters so bad, right? Where now he's drinking online. He's drinking on his lives too now. And that's when he get the stupidest, right? And then here she come, right? Soon as she come in and they start going there, you see him pick that tall can up and start trying to act like the other podcasters, start talking like him and all that, acting like he drunk like him, the same shit. I BS you not. And this is the focus of his attention is me every time. I bullshit you not, every time. Weirdo. I bullshit you not. Ricochet Visual said, can you talk about your case? I just want to know some insight, fam. Ricochet Video, hey man, I appreciate that, right? However, I just did a whole thing about that a couple of shows ago. You feel me? I just did a whole thing about that, bro. And I believe that that episode was pretty great. So you might want to go tap in with that. You know, do some binge watching. Welcome to the Roundtable family, Brody. Do some binge watching on the shows, man. We got some good stuff. I'm telling y'all, don't sleep. Do not sleep on the content that I have on this channel. That's the best advice that I can give y'all. You feel me? Because, you know, we've been consistent with what we've been doing. We ain't just start talking about the things and having the passion about the things that we've been talking about. Pam said, not cackling. Oh my God, cackling. Swear to God. Swear to God. King Grover said, Dubs Jr., hey, he got the dude Dubs down to a pack, bro. I swear to God, he got a fucking can a tar. If you, my bro, 16 to Life, shout out to 16 to Life, right? You know, 16 to Life, you know, they got their thing, right? Him and Dubs. So, you know, I'll be tapped in to 16 to chill. So, when I tap in, bro, you know what I'm saying? I'm looking at Dub shit too, right? And the bro just did about how the guy Dubs has a drinking problem, right? So I'm like, damn, let me see. So I go, and sure enough, I go to the episode where he's drinking and going crazy, right? I'm like, wow, right? On his live. Little buddy in the back. What you know about little buddy in the back, right? That's deported way out to Mexico, right? This fool is now doing his live the same exact way, drinking and crashing out. Only he crashing out on me. Mind you, I didn't know who this person was. He did a video on me. My bro, Austin, get at me like, hey, bro, did you know this fool did this, said this, and that? I'm like, huh? And he sent me the link. So that's how I became aware of little buddy in the back that got deported way out to Mexico, right? That's how I even became aware of him, because he did a video on me. So, okay, yeah, you can do your video, you can do whatever you want, fair game. I'm a content creator, right? I'm not tripping. But what he did the video on, right, was him calling me a cell soldier and having this dumbass look while he's sitting there eating nacho chips as the video come on of me, right? A straight clown, a straight up clown, right? So bam, this how I became aware of him. So bam, I got on his helmet, embarrassed him to the point he don't want no mas openly, right? He don't want no mas. Trust and believe, because he know, right? But he jump in the chat and he sent his people over here to the chat to put all that racist stuff. And on top of that, he made different profiles to do it, right? So, you know, I give him just enough entertainment that he won't. Well, at least enough to where the wife will come and start fucking up his live. You know what I'm saying? With the right? That's all that shit sound like. But she got a deep ass voice. You know what I'm saying? Y'all ever seen the movie The Goonies? Right? That old school movie The Goonies, right? You ever seen that movie The Goonies? There's some old heads in here. I know y'all seen the movie The Goonies, right? or the other movie, Throw Mama from the Train, right? Well, anyway, the old white lady with the voice, right? The old white lady in that movie, that's who this nigga wife sound like. Ah, bullshit, the voice, everything, just like that, right? No bullshit, right? So while he doing his lives, Artifacts say with Sean Astin, that's his name. Yeah. I think so. The chickens do cackling too. Damn crazy as hell. Hey, Large Marge, exactly. No reparations, no vote. Salute. Glad you made the live. Large Marge. Yeah, Large Marge. Tell them Large Marge sent you, right? Right? Little buddy in the back that's deported way out to Mexico. His wife voice is just like that, right? So when he doing them lives and shit, and he on there drinking and trying to go on one on me, she in the cut come out the cut out of nowhere, right? And with that voice, bam. King Grover said on Pee Wee. Yeah, yeah, King Grover, right? Facts. See, y'all not gonna be able to see none of this because the idiot don't keep his lies up. He take his lie, he talk all that shit, then he take the lies down. He don't leave it up, right? He don't leave it up. So you got to wait. Nah, y'all don't need to go watch his shit. This shit trash anyway. You know what I'm saying? Y'all don't need to watch none of that shit. I don't encourage nobody to go look at none of his videos, right? Just take my word for it because I'm giving it to you exactly how it is, right? But look, so every time, right? Every time, Pam said, not Pee Wee Herman, Pee Wee Herman, right? Every time she do that, he call himself trying to go hard on me, but he started doing all the racist shit. You know what I'm saying? Oh, you know, all my fans is Mexicans and this and that and blah blah blah. Like I'm supposed to have a problem or issue with that. I don't have a problem or issue with that. You feel me? Your fans are your fans. You feel me? But my thing is this here. You're race baiting, right? You have to race bait to get fans. You have to clout chase to get fans. He over there talking about, oh, he want me to say his name. You say my name for what? For what? Well, I need you to say my name for, little buddy in the back. You the one that made the video on me first, sir. With a big old picture of me on your thumbnail, sir. It's not the other way around. It's not the other way around. So why would I ever need you for anything? Who are you? Who are you? Weirdo. You feel me? Ain't gonna have the audacity to tell me I got this amount of time to show my write-up. Man, if you don't get the fuck up out of here, you weird, funny mustache having ass nigga. Got a dropout telling me I got a certain amount of time to put, man, beat it, weirdo. And again, YouTube, in no way, shape, form, or fashion is this bullying, harassing, targeting, or anything. We are educating an individual about what we stand on here at this platform as a collective and individually. You feel me? You know, which is nothing suckerism, nothing busterism. You feel me? Just all realism. Period. We don't come to chase, you know, stories like little buddy in the back that's deported way out in Mexico do. He chased any and everything. You feel me? Like a stray dog that be chasing all police sirens and fire truck sirens and shit like that. You know what I'm saying? That's little buddy in the back deported over Mexico. That's what he do. Clout chaser, professional one. Only now he trying to take the approach of being a race baiter. You feel me? With major epic fail failed attempt. Period. You just make yourself look like a weirdo every time you do it, bro. Salute to all my roundtable family, man. I love all y'all. Y'all crazy. Y'all burnt out. Y'all be having the chat lit. Hey, if y'all haven't became part of the roundtable family yet, please take this opportunity, man, now, man, to subscribe. It won't cost you nothing. You feel me? Become official members of this roundtable family, man. When we come, we hang out, we meet up. You feel me? We make sense of all the craziness. You know, we come to tell stories, hopefully inspiring anybody that's out there thinking about doing something dumb to jeopardize their freedom. You want to trade your freedom for this? This is a jail cell. This is a jail cell. This is an upper bunk. This is metal. This is a metal bunk. This is where another man lay at. This is where another man, if he had a life sentence, will be spending the rest of his life at, up here. You feel me? That's the realities of what you would be trading your freedom for. So hopefully, we do inspire people that needs to be inspired, that needs to be encouraged, that needs to be educated better. We not doing nothing if we not trying to educate. We not trying to send people out into the communities and fuck up the communities and, you know what I'm saying, disrespect the elderly and, join gangs and, fuck up their families by going to jail. Placing themselves in an even more horrible situation by being in a jail or prison, where you have to live under a whole different set of rules and guidelines. Balancing two different worlds, or at least you're trying to. One, you definitely gonna have to master balance, and that's gonna be based off of your survival, meaning prison. Everything else as you once knew it in the free world, you're gonna try to balance as much of whatever is left of it. Because as years go, a whole bunch of it started deteriorating. A whole bunch of it. People fall off, people die off. You know what I'm saying? And all you can do is just sit inside this cell with another man that's doing a life sentence like you doing. Right up here. Spending the rest of his life in a fucking jail cell, a prison cell. So y'all tell me, what makes more sense to you to want to place yourself in? Out there where you at now, or in here where I'm at? You feel me? I mean, and hey, I get it. I know there's some dudes out there that don't give a F. And to each his own. You know what I'm saying? To each his own. Haywood Pittman said nobody cares. Haywood Pittman, beat it. Play like Michael Jackson and beat it. You feel me? You are the devil. You are exactly what we don't need here. You are exactly the problem. You are the devil. You feel me? And I pray that God has mercy on your family members. You know what I'm saying? Because they have such an ugly, devilish existence of a person within their family, and they probably don't even know you there, sitting there the whole time with horns on top of your head. You feel me? Because you want to see everybody else miserable because you miserable. And you would rather jump inside another man's chat with that misery. You actually took the time to type that. That's a whole different level of misery right there. You feel me? That takes a special kind of person. You, you the type of person that somebody need to get some of them big old steel toe type gloves, right? And have you stand there and just right, right across the face, just to wake your game up, not to injure you or harm you or any of that, not to jeopardize your life in no type of way, just to wake your game up. It's kind of like the Holy Ghost hitting you. You feel me? So just consider that the Holy Ghost hitting you, waking your game up. Idiot. Pimp said, nah, beat it. R.I.P. Michael Jackson. Rest in peace to Mike, man. No reparations, no votes, said act like a tree and leave. Man, please leave. You are not wanted. You was not requested. J-Dub said the Holy Ghost. Ha ha. Hey, man, the Holy Ghost, man. That's what we gonna start calling it. When a motherfucker need his game woke up, right? Man, you just don't know how many faces I be seeing, right? That I be like, oh, this nigga just, them steel toe gloves, just bah! Like, wake up out of him, devil. Get up out of him. Right? There's some people that need their game woke up like that, bro. And again, that's not to bring them any harm or place any danger upon their life. It's just strictly to wake their game up, the Holy Ghost. You feel me? Straight up. No reparations, no votes, says steel toe gloves. Yeah, man, them big ass. You ever see them welding gloves? Like them. Them welding gloves be big and thick as a motherfucker, right? It's almost like they got metal with them or something. They be so big and thick. And like you welding and shit, you know, them fire sparks be popping everywhere and it won't go through that shit. You know what I'm saying? Gloves like that. That's how I'm standing there. I know y'all be seeing them videos on Instagram when them dudes be standing, you know, and facing each other, slapping the shit out of each other. Some slapping dudes to sleep and shit. Like that. Pam crazy as hell. Pam said no reparations and J-Dub came with they swords out. Let's go. You know it. No reparations, no votes, said hand me the baby powder. He ready to get cracking. You feel me? Yeah. Hey. Rigo C3C says, stay blessed. You too, Rigo. Salute. Glad you was able to make the live, Brody. You feel me? Many blessings to you. Welcome to the round table. Rigo, amen. Amen, man. It's a blessing, man. It's a blessing to have all y'all here. You know what I'm saying? As you can see, you know, we are grown people, men and women, you know, that come here and meet up, and we enjoy each other's company, man. You know what I'm saying? We try to be as positive as we possibly can and bring some fun and humor to some of the things that we may talk about. My roundtable family gonna take some of this shit, take it and spin it around the table and chop it up as they may. You feel me? But, you know, for the most part, you know, we come here and we uplift each other, man, and we hopefully try to educate and be educated as well about whatever, various things. Even if, like, you feel like jumping in the chat and adding something, hey, that's just another thing for us to chop up, spin around the round table, and, you know, hey, that's how we engage with each other, Brody. J-Dub said the other Holy Ghost. Yeah. Yeah. Pam say, we here to support you and have a good time. Man, hey, for sure. We here to support each other and have the greatest time ever. You know what I'm saying? I love all y'all. I love having all y'all here. You feel me? Grand Pooba said there is no. Oh, he must have been on some fuckery. Odell Harden, salute, salute, Brody. Glad you was able to make the live, Odell. Send my love and respect to you as always. I don't know where these dudes be getting off at, right? Thinking that they can come over here and just say whatever, right? Like, I mean, some of the stuff I will acknowledge. You know what I'm saying? However, if you are disrespecting another race or another gang, you know what I'm saying, or the deceased, right? We have a place for you. We don't have a problem with sending you there. You feel me? I asked of, the ill-advised that you come in peace, come with respect, even if you are in disagreement. You know what I'm saying? Even if we are in disagreement, you know what I'm saying? Come with respect, or you're going to get wiped up. Period. You're going to get wiped up. Pam said Ordell came with his sword out too. I'm on mute. Yes, he did. This dude making multiple profiles. What you know what? I got something for you, buddy. Go use your other profile, man. Try the other one, man. Try the other one, go get cracking and then come back, man. You feel me? You an idiot, man. Multiple profiles. That's almost reminding me of Lil Buddy in the back, deported way out in Mexico. You giving me his kind of vibes. And that just might be him, because I did just give y'all full detail about how his wife's really sound, right? Which is just horrible. You know what I'm saying? Like, ugh. Chalkboard. Scratching the chalkboard. Ugh. You feel me? No reparations, no votes, said hell. Nah, he's stalking. Yes, bro. That's what he do. The dude got multiple profiles. Multiple. He gonna be back in the chat, watch. Saying the same exact thing like an idiot. He don't say nothing different. That's how we know it's him. You feel me? But of course he's pissed because I just told y'all the truth about his wife. I didn't lie. I didn't make nothing up about the lady. I don't know her. I just hear her voice every time when he's trying to do his lives, and you know what I'm saying? Like, she go on one, then he start trying to act tough. Yeah, F that black guy. And this is every time. Well, I'm going to say twice, because I've only seen two of his lives, right? But both times, I BS you not. Pam said, obsession vibes. Cold world. Hey, I swear. Stand. Every time this dude pop up out of nowhere, that song Stand by Eminem come on in my head. This is him. This is Lil Buddy in the back. He's Stan. Talking about I want him. Like, man, come on. Why, bro? Go play somewhere. You feel me? We live in two different existences. You was airlifted off the yard. I wasn't. You got hurt pretty bad and was booted out the game. I wasn't. Matter of fact, this don't just go to Lil Buddy in the back. All the PCs, right? The ones that got airlifted. Not the ones that went, that was sent and chose to stay. But I'm specifically talking about these tough guys that got airlifted off the yard, right? Boo-bopped and airlifted off the yard, right? You got stabbed and airlifted on a ghetto flight on a prison helicopter. That's special. That puts you in a league of your own. I've yet to see a PC come on and talk about that. That's interesting TV, right? That's interesting TV. I would prefer 69 minus 10 with a J at the end to be the one, to be the sacrificial lamb. So I mean, since he's the biggest one as far as the PCs go, right? To jump out there and give us his life story from the moment he was stabbed and airlifted off the yard, becoming an official PC, booted out the game. That's what we want to know. Anything before that, we're not interested in. We don't give a fuck about. We don't want to hear about. We want to know where your heartache, your broken heart, come from when it comes to the gang culture. When it comes to what you used to be, what you used to uphold to the fullest. All you PCs, all y'all upheld the same shit that I'm upholding right now. So have a lot of you lost and confused OGs that advised them young niggas to go to them 50-50 yards. Y'all was held to the same standards, rules, and regulations and guidelines. And best believe if any of you niggas that is lost and confused just so happened to ever came back to prison, and you was one of the upstanding ones, but then again, I can't see you being that because you advising these young niggas to go 50-50. But if by chance you was, right, guess where you're going to end up at? You're going to end up, if you're an upstanding one, on a level 4 general population mainline yard. If you're an upstanding one. If not, then of course, where you advise them young niggas to go, that's exactly where you gonna be. You feel me? And to each his own, if that's what you choose to do with your life. All I ask is, look, hey, if you choose to go 50-50 PC, SNY, rat, right? Drop out rat. If that's what you choose to do, here at this podcast, at this roundtable, we don't target and bully and harass people for doing that. If that's what you choose to do, hey, we encourage you to live in your truth. Let us know that so we can know who you are. Those of us that don't want to cohabitat with you, which we should have a choice in doing, those of us that don't want to cohabitat with you, we would know, yeah, he's no good. I'm cool on him. We don't have to be enemies. We don't have to be none of that. I just don't want to cohabitat with you. That's it. That's all. You feel me? J-Dub said, we're not talking about the ones that go to medical with chest pain, PC up. We're talking about the ones that took the dirty bird out the garden. Facts. That's who we're talking about, J-Dub. Them and them only. No, not the guys that, you know what I'm saying, that dropped the wheeler, you know what I mean, or you know, came back to jail with a year or two to do and was sin and they stayed. Nah, we're not talking. We're talking about the guys that got, you know, exterminated out the garden, like my bro J-Dub said, and took the dirty bird about that yard. That's who we talking about. You feel me? MT show me stay say, hey, what's up? Which prison are you in? Was a Mexican recently stabbed there? Hey. Okay, well, Listen, MT, show me state. Listen, bro. The wrong question to come to this platform and ask me is what prison I'm in. Because I'm not going to tell you. If you know, you know, right? But I'm not going to tell you. That's a police question. We don't ask that question here. I'm on a level 4 general population mainline yard, bro, in California. Right? That's all you need to know. Welcome to the round table. Glad I was able to make the live, my brethren. Salute to you. No reparations, no votes. Say, hey, will an OG who tells a little homie to go 50-50, can that OG still walk the main line? Um, I can't. That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. No reparations, no vote. I can't see any OG that's advising a young dude to go 50-50 and they not go themselves. So 9 times out of 10, thinking about it, I can't see these guys that's advising these young dudes to do something that themselves would not do. If they are advising these young dudes to do it, they definitely would do it themselves. You feel me? So nah, I can't see them walking no man line. Especially if they're not just advising these young dudes to go to a 50-50, but they are describing people like myself who's on a level 4 general population mainline as being the ones that are bad, the ones that politic, the ones that's mad. You feel me? The ones that's trying to fuck over the young homies. This is the way that we are being described that I don't have a great appreciation for. This is the reason why I feel the necessity to have a platform with a voice, right? Not just a voice of understanding, but also a voice of reason of all sides. However, standing on exactly, I'm in the environment right now. There's no compromise on where I stand when it comes to any of this shit. There's no other way of looking at it as far as I'm concerned, right? There's this way and then there's that way over there. You feel me? And I give you the decision. You know what I'm saying? Hey, you over here with it or you over here with it. If you come over here with it, this is what it is. If you go over there with it, that's what it is, Brody. And I'm not lying to put no extras on nothing. You feel me? I'm wrong because I'm telling these dudes, if you go over here to that 50-50 yard, bro, you're an official PC. And I hope you don't go over there and mess up, because if you do and you come over to the level 4 where I'm at, 9 times out of 10, I'm going to have to be the one to stab you and get you off the yard, because that's exactly what's going to happen, unfortunately. No, I'm not encouraging any violence, any form of violence at all. But prison is my reality because that's where I'm at. And I'm telling you the realities of what that situation, what that turnout would be, which is why I don't advise no young homies don't go to no 50-50. But if that's what you choose to do as a man, that's on you. You feel me? Point blank, period. If that's what you choose to do as a man, go over there, stay over there. Don't go over there and then get out and act like you rah-rah and you've always been on that time. And no, once you go over there, it's a wrap. You're not supposed to have no dealings or ties to this no more. You're supposed to not want that no more, because you know it like I do. All the guys that's over there on the PC yards, they know it like I do. Once you go over there, you know how people like myself look at you. You know how people like myself view you. You know how people like myself will treat you. If you ever made the mistake, or the administration ever made the mistake of taking you from over there and placing you in a level 4 general population mainline environment. Unfortunately, that's just the way that prison is. Again, not advocate no violence in prison, out of prison, or any of that. I'm telling you the realities of my clear existence of today. Unfortunately, that's my reality. To the people that don't have to live under those rules and regulations, that's a blessing. That's the whole point of me being able to come to this platform and talk to y'all, to keep y'all from ever having to live up under these rules, regulations, and guidelines like I've had to live under for the last 32 years straight. Period. Prison ain't nothing like how it used to be. Nothing. It's nothing like how it used to be when I first came in. My first time coming to prison in 1991. From then to now, it's nothing like how it used to be. I can tell you that. It's night and day. And that's a fact. However, a lot of these guys that's catching all this time, that's making it behind the walls, right? They find it to be the extremest, hardest thing to ever do in their life, and they just don't know how easy this shit is now. I'm talking about as far as easy as to the point of you having tablets in the cell. You got a phone inside your cell with video games and movies and shit on it, and you can get music and all this shit, right? You can sit in your cell and occupy your time on that tablet all day doing something. When I first came to prison in 1991, it wasn't none of that. What the fuck? You go to the hole or any of that shit, you in the hole. You're not getting no TV, no radio, or none of that shit. You are in the hole. When you in the hole, nigga, you doing time. As a grown ass, that's where you grow up at. That's where you learn how to grow up at, when you got to do real time. When you doing them lockdowns, and them lockdowns is lasting for over a year, you doing time. I'm doing time, bro. This is where I've been at for the last 32 years, bro. Going on 32. Ain't nobody more qualified to tell y'all about this prison shit than me. And unfortunately, this is where my existence is at right now. I pray my freedom comes sooner rather than later. I pray for that every day. We work towards it every day. We work for it every day. We do everything that we possibly can for that to be a reality every day, my freedom. But until that day comes, guess where I'm at? Danger zone. You feel me? Straight up. Certified LA, good old ass finest. Salute, certified LA finest. Good old Avenue. Hope They Prepare says, sheesh, I was born in 91. That's crazy. The year I got my prison number. So what that tell you? The same prison number that I got right now, I got the year you was born, Brody. No reparations, no vote said, hold your head, bruh. Storm down rider. Yeah, Brody. Pam said you on your way out. Man, salute to all y'all, man. To my roundtable family. Hey, when you living in the realities of this shit, right, and you are able to give your truth when there's so many others out there, right, to give a watered down version of what your truth really is. And they paint these false narratives on who you are as a person because of the environment that you in, right? They mad, they angry, all they do is politic, all they do is that. I don't do none of that. I don't come here to politic on no PC. I tell the truth about the PCs. I tell the truth about the main line. I tell the truth about the PCs. And that's it, that's all. I don't come to politic on none of them. I don't give a fuck about none of them to the point where I got to come here and politic on any of them. But best believe if any of them jump out there and they saying some wrong BS, then of course I'm going to jump out there like 69 minus 10 with a J at the end, that clout chasing bullshit that he said about Compton. Of course. Get on that immediately. Who is you? You feel me? Straight up. Or zesty blood now. You feel me? You want to come with the tough, oh yeah, okay, well you're a cop and I know you are. Certified police. You feel me? Oh yeah, receipts like a motherfucker on you, boy. You best to keep it quiet. Straight up. Yeah, man, we not. Hey, man, look. My hope for anybody that's in the position that I'm in is just to stay focused and just try to stay as positive as you possibly can. Find something that you got a passion for. Find something that you may be good in, man. You feel me? It's gonna get greater. You know, all dark days don't stay dark. The light gonna have to come up. You know what I mean? And that's for all of us. And that light definitely gonna come up for me, where I'm gonna be on the other side of this camera with y'all, and we gonna be doing our thing, just on a whole completely different level, a whole completely different scale, as far as I can see it being. And that's a fact. We not cheating ourselves out of nothing neither, at all. Period. You feel me? And we definitely not selling our soul. You know what I'm saying? For no to PC jumper. What? What? PC jumper? Plaid? Please. Never, and not in a million years. You feel me? I'm dealing with the ones that I've been dealing with. Day one. You feel me? Anything outside of that, man, like, oh man, especially them two, that's out. That turned my stomach to even think about. I'm just keeping it real. Decoy, hey, salute. Hey, we got that money too yesterday, man. We appreciate you. Thank you, Brody. I told you that I would let you know that we got it. I'm glad you all made the live. Welcome to the round table. Salute, Brody. No reparations, no vote. Said, okay, y'all had that bread. No reparations. We had Olive Garden. Olive Garden. MT Show Me State said, it is said that all prisons in California will eventually become SNY. What do you think about that? MT Show Me State, it's going to be difficult for them to make the level 4s SNY, right? Without people dying. And that's just a fact. It's going to be difficult. You know what I mean? And not to say that they haven't tried to slide them dudes on some yards before, and it went horribly wrong in their attempts, to the point where they stopped trying. That's a fact. That is a fact. They tried it, right? So I'm going to say this, right? In their attempts of trying to do that, there will definitely be lives lost, unfortunately. You know what I'm saying? But I cannot see them attempting to try to do that on no level 4 general population yard. Not at all. No time soon. Now, as far as everything else go, yeah, they've done it. Level 1, level 2, level 3. I think it's probably 3 to 4 level 3 yards out of 20 something prisons, right? That isn't PC. Everything else is PC. You feel me? So yeah, they pretty much got all the prisons and shit. You know what I'm saying? It's definitely more PCs than it is general population. You feel me? But see, the things that y'all have to ask yourself is this: like, damn, the level 4 really must be that, if they ain't changed that. You feel me? And this is also what y'all got to take into account. The PCs, all the ones that y'all see talking shit about the general pop, they're talking about the level 4, right? They saying all that stuff for a reason. They got knocked off of those yards and was sent over there to the PC. Right? Which is why they say a lot of the things that they say about the general population. And these confused OGs, right, that may be in good standings in their territories, right, that is encouraging these younger dudes to go 50-50, right? They not hitting level 4 general population, bro. I can't see it. If they are today elders and they are encouraging them young dudes to go 50-50, they ain't hitting no level 4. Nah. 9 times out of 10, they was probably ran off of level 4 anyway, for one reason or another. There's no way I can see anybody, you know what I'm saying, of a sound mind that would describe people that's on level 4s as being uh, uh, mad, angry, politicking, and trying to wreck young homies. I can't see anybody saying that, you know what I'm saying, that's really in the game. I can't see it. You feel me? MT Show Me Stay said it's like a setup. It really is a setup. It's a setup for the people that act like they don't know that it's a setup. But to the people that's woke, that know what's going on, that like, come on, man, you're in prison. You're supposed to pay attention to everything. You know what I'm saying? Especially when the administration is doing this bullshit. You're supposed to know what you're getting into. They letting you know. You know what I'm saying? Black says salute and respect to you, bro. Hey, salute and respect to you as well, Black. Glad you was able to make the live, Brody. Salute, salute, salute. Welcome to the round table. MT Show Me Stay says some say that guys on level 4s are unhappy and misguided for remaining there. Hey, and again, right? They do say that, right? Amongst harsher things that is said about guys that are on level 4s, right? Again, I'm on a level 4, right? And I'm amongst a whole bunch of other guys, right? Young and old, right? From everywhere, right? That has the same mentality when it comes to this environment that I do, right? And you will not see a lot of these guys jumping, even if they were to jump behind the camera and give their testimony as to the environment, right? You will not see a lot of these dudes jumping behind the camera with rah-rah. You feel me? You will not see a lot of these guys jumping behind the camera, dissing dudes' hoods and disrespecting and all that shit. You ain't gonna see nobody on no level 4 general population yard doing that. It's not gonna happen, bro. Let alone encouraging anybody, whether they in prison or on the streets, encouraging anybody to go to a PC yard. The day y'all find somebody that's on a level 4 general population yard doing that, show me. Let me see who that man is. Show his face, damn it. You feel me? But again, to be unhappy, that takes energy. Right? I would never be able to create if I was unhappy to the point of wanting to wreck another man, a young homie, for my own personal pleasure because of just being bored and having nothing else to do with my time. Like, it takes a special kind of person to be set out on doing something like that, right? That's in prison on a level 4 general population mainline yard, that's dead set out on destroying young homies. That's wasting time and energy on being mad and angry and bitter, to the point of, if that was the case, there will always be wars popping off on these level 4 yards. These are closed in environments, bro, where we got to see each other every day, all day, every day. We are in the same buildings together. We occupy the same space, damn near. When we go to the yards, we go to the yards together. In the kitchens together. In the day rooms together. The work areas together. We would be at war constantly if that was the case. If dudes was really that angry and that bitter and pushing politics like that, we would be at war every day. Think about it. Don't believe the hype of the bullshit. I would never be able to come here and give y'all the testimonies that I give to y'all if that's what level 4 general population yards was. If I was that type of person, y'all would be able to, I don't think anybody would be able to tolerate somebody that was dead set out on wrecking and harming other human beings. I'm in an environment where it is dangerous. It is. However, it ain't wars popping off. If it was as willy-nilly as, no, y'all confusing the general population yards with the PC yards. That's where they have no rules, regulations, or guidelines, no politics, no nothing. It's a complete free-for-all. A gumbo pot full of bullshit. Point blank, period. And hey, if that's where you want to go do your time at, so be it. As a grown man, if you choose to make that career move, live with it. Go live in peace with it. But don't try to backtrack and try to pick up where you fell off at. You know what I'm saying? Like you ain't never went soft, because that's what you doing when you go PC. You soft. You over there with the chomos and homos. And hey, to each his own, if that's where you want to be at. Like little buddy in the back, they got deported to Mexico. His wife sound like that for a reason. We know what you was in prison doing, bro. But we off you, though. You feel me? But yeah, man, I'm finna go ahead and get up out of here, man. I've taken up more than enough of y'all time. Pam said, me, myself, I would be bitter, angry at the world, respectfully. Yeah, but that takes energy, Pam. It takes energy, man, to consume anger and hold it. You know what I mean? When you can take that energy and be constructive in other areas in your life at making you a better version of yourself. If I allowed that anger and all that shit to take control of me, no way I would be able to come here and speak in a sound mind, on the mission that I'm on. No way. No way. You feel me? But yeah, man, I've taken up more than enough of y'all great people's time. I appreciate all my round table family for showing up, man. Y'all always show up and show out. Miller 4057, man. Hey, you take care, you stay safe. Welcome to the family, Brody. You know what I'm saying? Salute to you, salute to you, salute to you. You feel me? Salute to all my round table family, though, man. Y'all always make it worth it. You feel me? To those of y'all that ain't became part of the family, I don't know what y'all waiting on. Hit the subscription button. It's free. I told you that. You won't get charged nothing. Hit the like button. That thumbs up button, hit that too, as well as the notification bell. Everything is right there at the bottom of the screen, man. Make sure y'all hit that so y'all can be on point with everything. And again, subscribe to the Swang Low Podcast Show, Do Rock Creek. Become an official family member. So when we pull up, hey, jump in the chat, you do your thing, man. You know what I'm saying? We love and embrace each other over here. You feel me? It's all about uplifting. It's all about, going in a more positive direction, for all our peoples. You feel me? Straight up. But on that note, I'm finna get up out of here, let y'all get back to the rest of your night. Love and appreciate all of y'all. Y'all stay safe out there, man. Keep your head on the swivel. You feel me? And let the people that's in your life know you love and appreciate them while you can, because tomorrow is promised to none of us. We have to start taking advantage of time while we got the time to do it. You feel me? That's real. I love and appreciate all y'all, all my roundtable family. I hope to see y'all back here again in one piece. Till then, y'all take care, stay safe. I love all y'all. Triple gang.